Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of FTL, Faster Than Light, Advanced Edition. Let me start off by asking you to turn off any ad blockers, help me make a living. We have played this game a lot, and we've played a lot of these ships a lot. Some of these ships we haven't played a lot, some of them we have. But we played this game a lot. Mostly we played it on easy, and even on easy we only got 3 to 5, I would say, victories. Um, Probably 3, maybe 5 at most. There are a lot of ships we've seen here that don't make any sense as to how I would fly them. They don't make any sense to me as the build. It's doesn't feel like they're different classes and that they've been well balanced. And even through this episode and what you've seen through this last mini-series is just me hammer on and on about how this game is too hard on hard mode, how there are just ships that just don't make sense, how the game is unbalanced. And then, even saying all that, I'm still kind of saying, get this game and play it. Don't play it like me though. Play it like a normal person. Play it once, then give it a week, play it again. The last ship we have in this mini-series, which puts this game on the back burner after this episode, doesn't ever really, I don't really ever want to say I'm ending a series unless something more repulsive happens. So even the fact that this game has beaten me so many times and frustrated me quite a lot, I'm still not ready to say I'm never going to play this game again. I'm almost certainly going to play this game again, and I will record those and put them up. It's not going to be a daily release anymore. I'm moving what time I spend on this to a new series with a new game that will replace it in its slot, as it were. Also on that, I am moving the time that all episodes are going to be released. So the next series, instead of being released at 6 a.m. Central, it will be released at noon Central. This is an experiment on my part because of Twitter. It seems like Twitter is the place where all the kids are at, as it were. And it seems like the way Twitter works is that if people are not immediately on Twitter when you release a video and send out that automated note that says, hey, he just released a video, well then people aren't ever going to see that tweet. And if they don't see the tweet, they don't see my video unless they're subscribed. So I've got to do all I can to get my videos in front of as many eyes as possible. If this is a problem for you, all you really need to do is watch one episode or skip a day and then watch yesterday's episode in the morning if you want to watch that. Subscribe to me, you don't have to worry about any of that. If you subscribe on YouTube, you don't have to worry about any of that, because what you do when you're subscribed on YouTube, you just click my subscriptions and then you have a clean linear list of everything you're subscribed to. You scroll down to the last video you recall watching and work your way back up. And it's just that simple. Anyways, that's enough talking. Let's get in the game. Even though I'm pretty sure this run is going to end just as fast as a lot of the other runs. The Simo-H is a stealth ship, which means no shield again. Every single A, B, and C type on the stealth ships. No shields. I do have a charge laser. I do have a mini beam. I have a shield plus, which is an interesting situation. So basically what I need is these two, and then possibly an anti-drone. So get some energy right at the beginning. Still being a sucker for distress calls. I have long range scanners, so I can avoid confrontations. But that just means I'll run out of fuel eventually. Some of my previous episodes I've talked about what I would like to see. I would certainly, as a fan of science fiction, of Babylon 5 and Star Trek, really in that order, I'm a bigger fan of Babylon 5 and Star Trek. I like these kind of the concept of this game. I like some of this game. Maybe I don't really like manipulating people and making them move from room to room. Maybe that part is not necessary. Maybe I don't really like having to keep them alive. But I do like the transporting concept, and I guess I kind of do like the top-down look of it. There's just so much here. I mean, you could have a game that was just weapons and your ship fighting. That would be most games. You could have a top-down strategy like this, and the weapons would still be necessary. This is a little bit of everything in this game, and I like the ambition of it. I just don't like the actual implementation of it. Only in the sense that it's unbalanced. If they came back and open sourced this game and just open sourced it so the source code, the programming, was set in such a fashion that other people could write scenarios, have more events, and there was a real community that grew up under this, always adding little bits, new strategies, new events, instead of just fight after fight after fight. That's how most of these runs go. It's just, here's a fight, oh, here's another fight, oh, here's another fight. You could read the text if I wasn't going so fast, but it doesn't matter one bit what the text is saying. I've done almost all the series not reading the text out loud and not giving anybody the chance to really see what the text says, and it really hasn't hurt this experience that much. A few of the scenarios it does require at least being aware of what the options are and what it's saying, but most of them it doesn't. It just ends with a fight. Alright, so this is our first fight. We've been real lucky to get as far as we have. Let's see. See if this works. So I have the shield plus, which means every time he charges, I'll get a resultant shield. Not gonna really help much until I had another one. There's my drone control, immediately thrown into disarray, so that doesn't work. My weapon's immediately damaged, so that doesn't work anymore. Turn the shield plus back on. Oxygen, laser beams. Oh, this is so appropriate. So appropriate. I've been saying this a lot. On Clone Bay, we'll bring that guy back. At least that helps a little bit. Let's see, my weapons are totally destroyed. But there's no oxygen in there, so let's fix the oxygen system first. And then we'll go into weapons. If we can, which we can't. So drone control is totally destroyed. Weapons are totally destroyed. Oxygen's totally destroyed again. Every time we try to fix one system, it is just turning around and kicking us in the butt. Clone system's totally destroyed now, so doesn't matter. That's the end of the ship, and that is just so appropriate. 2-2-3 for the score, and that's the Simo-H. I played it once before on easy. Only got to 601 on easy. I could never figure out these stealth ships, these stealth cruisers, how you were supposed to play with them. It doesn't seem like you can, in my mind. Maybe I'm just playing totally wrong. And so, that is every single ship we have gone through on hard mode. And hard mode just shows the unbalancedness. It's easy to overlook the unbalancedness on easy. And that's kind of why I still willing to overlook and say get this game on easy. Is because it's easy to overlook the unbalancedness on there when you play on easy. Check out all our stats one last time. Check out all the achievements. We never beat the boss on normal. I never played the game on normal. Maybe I'll start playing on normal. Maybe I won't. I just made the mistake of promising to play every single ship on hard. So I would have to feel some motivation to really do that. I guess after, if I ever unlock the Slug Cruiser and the Crystal Cruiser, there are no more ships to unlock. And that would be the last bit of any progress that could really be done. Well, not the last bit, because as soon as I unlock the Slug Cruiser, I need to unlock the Slug Cruiser Type B, Slug Cruiser Type C. I don't think the Crystal Cruiser has a Type B or Type C. So after doing that, though, and unlocking all the ships, I probably should play as on normal. There's no reason not to. And then this will unlock as soon as I get the Crystal Cruiser and the Slug Cruiser. I don't even think you have to get the Crystal Cruiser. I think you just need the Slug Cruiser, which has been a big problem. Major problem when you cannot unlock one of the 6 or 7 ships. You can't unlock one just because it's so random, the event that has to occur. I mean, we've done a whole series on this, and I've run into the scenario twice, made the mistake twice. So if you ever see a scenario that says they're going to offer you a special secret weapon or information, tell them you want information, because that's what I kept making the mistake on. I kept saying I want the secret weapon because that was more appealing. Living off the land, get to Sector 8 without buying anything at the store. Eventually I could probably pull that one off. And then a single boarding drone killing 4 crew members. It's doable, but it's just random. You'd have to have a ship with 4 crew members that were very, very weak. So I don't know exactly how you just have to random luck into that. And so that's it. Yeah. One last look. Let's see, what ships would I want to play again? Not really the Kestrel, not the Taurus, probably not the Osprey, probably not the Adjudicator, probably not the Gale Monster. I will probably play as the Kuros. But then I might also play as the Shivan. And then maybe play as the Red Tail every now and then. Not the Vortex. Probably not the Nisos. Probably not the Nuther. Even though the Nuther was the first ship that we got a victory on, I think. Doubt I'd play as the Basilisk because it just starts with no weapons whatsoever. It's not the Shivan. Not a stealth ship at all. The Swallow, probably not. The Tetragon, nope. The Frigatide with no weapons, I do want to play it just because it has this strange flak artillery weapon. I want to see that work at least once, but it starts with no weapons, so that's going to be a problem. The Cherenkov, maybe. The Theseus, maybe. The Tektite, definitely. Simo-H, no. So there's still a handful of ships that I want to play. Would I ever want to go back and turn off Advanced Edition content, which is sort of like the original game before the patch, but not? It's still been changed a little bit. Uh, Probably not very helpful at this point to do that, but it might be helpful if you start playing the game with advanced content off. If you just got the game and you were gonna, for your first run, you're gonna have to play as the Kestrel because that'll be the only thing unlocked. Play it on easy, play it with the disabled content. That'll at least lower the number of random ships that you have because they won't have hacking, they won't have um, clone bays, they won't have a lot of things. Also, probably playing with disabled content would get you to the slug ship a little bit faster too, because there are a couple of sectors that aren't enabled or allowed in disabled content. So let's see, what are our final thoughts on Faster Than Light, FTL? Well, the name could use some improvement. FTL, just 3 letters, not the greatest name. I mean, it does kind of help explain it, but only if people know what FTL and Faster Than Light is. If people didn't know what that was, they wouldn't know that this was a spaceship flying game. If only they could have called it Star Trek and not gotten sued. Uh, this game is great to play once a week, a couple times a week. Now, I have hurt myself badly, which I probably will do in the future, just as this is a job that requires actually working closer to more than 8 hours a day. So I've hurt myself playing this game over and over in such a short amount of time. But I'm still suggesting get this game. This is still a winner. It's just, don't let yourself get frustrated with it. Don't expect to win much. A victory is going to be a rare Fabergé egg. It's not going to be uh, a Little League soccer game where everybody gets participation awards. Some people like brutal games. Some people that have played a lot of games and are tired of easy games, I could certainly see them playing FTL and liking it. It's just a little unbalanced. Still have to harp on that. Still have to say this game needs some balancing. I would love a 2.0 patch, even if it came out and just said, well, just a version 1.6. This is version 1.513. If they came out with a version 1.6 and they said, we've rebalanced it and we've done nothing else, I would be like, great. Or if they just say, we put in a very easy mode. There is ways to have had a very easy no-die mode in this. You could have just lost score every time your ship blew up, and then you put some dumb story in there, like your ship was saved at the last second, but it cost you 1,000 points. The game would have been much more accessible to newer players and less expert players if you just let people continue all the way to the end. And if you're fighting the boss and you die and you lose 1,000 points of score, and then you fight the boss and you die again and you lose another 1,000 points, and you come out with a negative 1,000,000 score, who cares? If at the end of the day somebody wants to sit there and grind the boss and try and beat it, let them do it. Make the game beatable by even a monkey. Even if just somebody was randomly pushing buttons, have games guide you. That's what games are supposed to be. They're supposed to be fantasy, not like the real world where people can actually fail. It's supposed to be fantasy where you always win and you're always overpowered and you're always an expert at everything. And they didn't think of that, these two creators. Now, I can't be that cruel because this game was made by 2 people. and kickstarted by a bunch of people. And I hope everybody that kickstarted it was happy with what they got. Uh, I hope. Now, Advanced Edition Special Guest Writer. So a new person comes in and writes more scenarios. I think if they just allowed it to be open source and allowed people to put more and more of just their scenarios in it, this game could be awesome. This game could go for years and years and years. Um, and it doesn't have to be really open source. It just has to be open to API, so that people can write script for the pop-up screen, what kind of thing is going to attack you. Um, just a mod API basically. If you could just mod this, I could see this game being something that lasted uh, quite a long time. Like Doom. Doom is the ultimate um, example of a game that lasted forever. It still lasts to this day. I'm talking about Doom that came out decades and decades ago as shareware, back when shareware was a thing. It still exists to this day, and people still play it and still mod it. And that's what this game should have been. It should have tried to capture that community and embrace them and embrace their creativity. It embraced them. It just didn't embrace their creativity. So many Star Trek fan fictions could have been put in this game. This could be the Star Trek fan fiction simulator where everybody's terrible story gets retold and shown. All of that would have added more playability, added more randomness. It would have given the creators more ideas. I hope the creators take what they've learned. I think this was the first game they ever made. I hope they take what they learn and move from what they've learned to another game, and that game is a lot better and a lot more fun. And I'm looking forward to that next game. And then maybe down the line they'll come back and they'll make a new spaceship game like this, only better. Apparently James T. Kirk competed to this. Lots of people here put their real names. Lots of people put just Leo and all of this stuff. Seems like you could put anything you wanted as within some limits. All of these people kickstarted this game. And that's voting with your wallets, people. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's wrap up this series. This series is going on the back burner. There will be a new series the next day, tomorrow, or if this happens to be released on Friday, on Monday, there will be a new series released. Go to my channel, please like and subscribe like this video, comment on it, tell me how you liked my series, tell me any comments about how I could have improved and been a better critic or let's player. Tell me if you think I've been unfair, tell me if you think I've been too nice. Um, if you subscribe to my channel, that will be the easiest way for you to see whatever the next series is. If you just go to my channel that day, you'll probably see it, see what the next series is anyways. Um, this is in no way me giving up on my YouTube channel, and I don't want to lose you as an audience member. This is just, this game has been played out. If you haven't seen every single episode of this and you liked what you have seen, go back and watch the rest of the series in order, catch up. All those videos are still there. That'll be really nice and really helpful. Watch it with your ad blocker off. That's the part that helps me. If you go watch all my videos with an ad blocker, you're not helping me any. That's the thing that gets me maybe a few pennies for you watching it. maybe probably less than 1 penny for you watching it. Uh, so new series coming out. It will be definitely different than this game, but it should be fun. I have no intention of playing games that don't at the very beginning at least look like they're going to be fun. I'm not a channel that's dedicated to making myself suffer. Even though I may end up doing that by accident, I'm not going to do it intentionally. I have 2 other series. 3 series are released each day. Uh, Hearthstone is probably still going to be released by the time this episode is released. I have not really any intention of stopping that series because it's a collectible card game and it has daily quests, so it gives me something new that I have to work through every time I play it. Uh, there's really no peeking at it, and well, not from the point I'm at least. Uh, my other series was The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Maybe I've ended that series already and started another series in its place. Um, FTL was mostly PG 13. So the series that will be replacing FTL is still going to try and be PG 13. Isaac was a mature uh, because of its immature humor, and whatever game replaces it will probably be leaning more towards the mature side too. So that's kind of where we're sitting as far as ratings. Hearthstone is PG 13. Yeah, mostly it's just going to be me talking. Hearthstone is the series that you should be watching if you want to know what's going on in my life and on my channel. I talk a lot more on Hearthstone. I've moved almost all conversation that is not related to gameplay onto the Hearthstone channel because it is slow paced. FTL, not slow paced game. It has the ability to pause, which makes it sometimes bearable and capable of actually achieving what it requires, but it is very, very fast paced game. So sometimes you have to pause, tell it to do something, then unpause, just because it's so fast. The whole pause program and unpause mechanic in FTL is cool, but I would have much rather a turn-based thing. If they had given you opportunities to uh, have every second be a turn, and then if nothing can be done in a second, skipping over that second. If nothing can be done in the next second, skip over that second. There would then it would seem like it would be giving you a turn every opportunity you had to do something, and then skipping over all the times you don't have opportunities. So you would wait 3 seconds for a weapon to charge up and fire. Because if they if somebody could make FTL turn-based, it probably would be a better game, in my opinion. Maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. I'm not claiming to be an expert. Um, there are several series probably already on my channel that are not daily release series. Please go look them up. The games probably at this point I've released the Talos Principle for certain. I've probably released Portal as a series all the way from beginning to end, and Portal 2 as a series all the way from beginning to end. I have several spotlights of my Minecraft server, probably at this point, at least a couple. I have a spotlight of the game Limbo, which is just me playing the game from the beginning to the end, and reviewing it. And then I have a spotlight of Mirror's Edge, which gave me trouble, so I didn't turn it into a daily series. It crashed my computer, my weak computer. I am a brand new YouTube channel. If you, as of January 1st, 2015, brand new. Trying to make a career out of this. This is the only thing I'm doing. I appreciate all your help. I ask that you follow me on Twitter and Google Plus. Friend me on Steam. what's going on Steam is I have a big old wish list that has a lot of games, including games like FTL. FTL's on the wish list. Reason is that Steam account is a different one, and I'm trying to get people, if they happen to want to donate to me or just have a second copy of certain games, just to gift them over to me, build up this library, helps me out. There's a lot of games on that wish list I haven't done series by. Um, if you donate a game to me, that puts it in a good position that a series will come out. Now there are some other factors that stop that, whether I can get permission to stream them and whether I want to play that game. Oh, if I find the game just horribly repugnant, I may not do anything but one episode on it, and if I don't get permission to stream it, I can't do any episodes on it. But so you may want to message me on Steam first before you donate a game, if your only intention is to see me make a series out of it. But any games you give to me would be appreciated very much. If you want to follow me on battle.net, that is the connection service for Hearthstone. Friend me on that. When I don't have anything else to do on Hearthstone, I will send out random friend requests to anybody that's online. So you may end up on one of my episodes if I have finished the quests early and nothing else to do. So that's Twitter seems to get all the updates from YouTube, but you subscribing to YouTube helps me a million times more than following me on Twitter. I'd ask you to do both, but subscribing to YouTube is the one that ends up in me getting more views and more ad revenue. Following me on Twitter doesn't really. You could follow me on Twitter and then you could retweet my videos, and that might get me a few more views depending on how many people are following you. But right now I'm trying to stay within YouTube as much as I can, but I am trying to be as helpful to my viewers, and that's why I'm on Twitter. That's why I'm on Google+. Follow me on Google+, just because. Why not? Even if you don't use Google+, if you have a Gmail account, you do have a Google+ account because they forced you to. So click that link and put me in one of your circles. Doesn't matter, might as well. That'll help me a little bit, and even if you don't ever look at Google+ and aren't an active user. And I guess that's about it. I want to thank you for watching this episode. Thank you for watching this series. I hope you appreciated it. Any comments you want to give are helpful. If you just want to say awesome, even that's helpful. Even saying a thumbs up, a like is helpful, but saying something and saying good job or good game, maybe everybody just put GG in the comments. Why not? Good game, why not? That all helps me. More comments help me. To YouTube, they interpret comments as people are interested and like your videos. Even if people get on there and say they hate them. That's not how YouTube interprets it. If you're passionate enough to comment, that's a good thing. That helps get my videos in front of other people's eyes. Please watch some of my other series. Don't leave just because this one's ending. FTL's not going away forever. Almost certainly at some point this year I will play more FTL and just randomly release videos. That's why it's so important that you subscribe so you can see those random videos. Even if you don't want to watch any of my other series, I hope you change your mind about that, but stay subscribed because there will be more FTLs at some point. Almost certainly. FTL is a very easy game for me to play because I can upload videos in the background while it's playing. It doesn't require you to be online, and it doesn't require a lot of video uh, processor because the graphics aren't that 3D or that detailed. So it's one of those games that I can play while uploading. So that, and a lot of games I play, you can't do that. You can't have any other programs running. So FTL will be coming back, but now it's we give a adieu, not perhaps not a completely fond farewell to FTL, but we do say farewell, and we say we will be back at some point. It gave us a lot of trouble, but it still feels like it's a relative, like it's a family member. It still feels like something I'm willing to put up with and play some more. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.